So today is the 17th of Jan, it's Monday. Uh, I've entered a trade on Nifty at 17,300. So you noticed I'm back to using this Zerodha platform. I was just experimenting with the other one for a week. So I'm used to this interface, so this is what I'm using. Anyway, so I've gone long at 17,300. So there was a crossover here, and this is where I went long. So uh, it's a it's a strong trend as such, and I'm waiting for this high to be taken out. My target is 17,400 levels based on 15-minute reading. So if I look at 15 minutes and I use Fibonacci, um, so here there was a 38%, and here it's a 60%. Sorry, this is 5 minutes. So this gives an initial target of 18,350. Oh, okay. And if I move to 15 minute, and taking this as the start, this is the high. So a retracement of close to 50%, which gives me a target of close to 18,400, 18,410. So that's where I'll try to close this trade. I can't use the Ichimoku cloud for exit uh, because there is loads of open space and there is no historical cloud to act as a target. So I have no target as such based on Ichimoku. So I'm using Fibonacci to determine my exit. Just wanted to discuss. On a side note, I wanted to discuss Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty is not looking as strong as Nifty is. Uh, and reason is pretty intuitive. So if you look at Bank Nifty spot, okay, on daily time frame, it is very much in the cloud still. It has not broken out. Whereas if you see Nifty, it is well out of the cloud, okay, spot, and you can tell that price really does move much smoother when it is outside the cloud. Whereas when prices are in the cloud, face a lot of directions. So you can see that affecting even the 5 minute time frame. Like if I just zoom out a bit, okay, so this is Bank Nifty. You see it's consolidation zone, consolidation zone, consolidation zone. 3 days consecutively, 4 days. So this was the only day there was some trend with these 2 days. That was it. Like before that, consolidation. Just this 2 days of trends, and then it has been a very sideways market. So it's important to sometimes zoom out and check where price is in context of the bigger picture. Gives a better sense of it. So Nifty is now at 17,317. So it's doing healthy. The 5 minute target should be achieved soon once this is broken out. So sorry, this trade is on. So 18,350, 340 will be the initial target, and then 18,400 the longer target. So I'm waiting for 18,400 to be achieved. I might exit little sooner because it does not always go exactly there. So 18,380, 18,390 might also be where I exit. So I have just closed my trade. My stop loss is actually the moving average if price closes below the moving average. Price didn't close below the average, it actually went below it and pulled back up. Uh, but I had a stop loss triggered, alert triggered when it touched the VWAP line. Sorry, the kitchen sen. So that's why I've closed this trade for now. Uh, it's not exactly stopped out, but uh, I might I might consider re-entering at 330 if this high is broken today, with a target of 400 still being there. So the thing is that moving in one day to 400 is actually quite tough. That is almost 1% move. So may or may not happen. And right now I have a small gain of 17 points. So yeah, so 17.5 points, so close to my target of 20 points per day. um, That said, I'm considering putting a stop loss buy order at 331, in which case I'll keep a target of uh, 380 still. So I'm going to place a stop loss buy now for this, and let's see if I manage to get that. And the second reason why I exited the trade was actually because of Bank Nifty. So, I mean, they're not the same indices, but it's a good thing to have an eye on this one at the same time. So, this has turned bearish. Future Cloud is bearish, price is moved below. Of course, it's close to its target, so this would have been the target. So, the short is over. Uh, I mean, this is 220 is still playable, but there's weakness over here. The VWAP trending downwards, RSI dipping. So I'm not very confident on the Nifty trade being like a blockbuster trade. Also today US markets are closed, so markets tend to be a little sideways. So I got a good trade, so let's like take that gain and be happy with it, sort of thing. So I'll put a buy over here still. Let's see if it gets triggered. Fine. Um, if not, then I'm happy with what I got today. 18331. So yeah, if it breaks above this, it will get triggered. And here you see, like, I mean, the next candle, this is quite a weak candle, unless it pulls back again strongly, of course. But yeah, it seems like price is not really strong today. Like price movement, it went well. So ideally, it should have, when it broke these highs, it should have gone really high up. If 400 was to be achieved, it should have reached like 350 in the next, few candles, which it didn't. So now if this is broken, then I mean that would be intact. But yeah, I think this is a clear stop loss trigger right now. So 17 points booked for the day. Potential for another 40 odd points. 330 to 370, that is. Seems unlikely, but let's see. I think if I were to get that, I would have to play this as a delivery trade, which I'm not very keen on. Which is also bringing me to the realization that of late that I may have to uh, go to a smaller time frame from 5 minutes to something like 2 minutes, because you see, if you're an intraday trader, you need to have closer targets, smaller targets, and smaller stop losses. So this was the entry point when this high was broken, which is again still 300, but the target is fixed, so and the stop loss is quite nearby. So 280 would have been, it's almost the same trade actually, but it helps to have intraday on a smaller time frame. Like take yesterday for example, this was a good trade over here for example, breaking out of a cloud, pullback, and then so I'm thinking of monitoring a smaller time frame if I'm doing any trade. Now that I'm comfortable with the 5 minute time frame, I could consider an even smaller time frame. So, like, let's say this the trade I'm taking right now, right? So, in 2 minutes, if it breaks this, then it's a bullish trade, right? So, this high is of 18330.8, so 331 triggers. It's a good uptrend. So, let's see. So, now considering that kitchen has moved below taken, I'm canceling this order. I don't, uh, I don't want to go long if the indicators are not bullish, right? So I've cancelled my long order here, and if I look at Bank Nifty, I'm considering a short uh, below this low. Problem though is my target would be just 257 to 200, okay, say 220, that's 30 points, whereas my stop loss would be from 250 to 380. It's like 130 points, so it's not seeming like a very lucrative trade. Uh, but if I use a closer stop loss, so that's what I meant. Like if I look at the 2 minute time frame for that matter, so here there is now a bearish crossover come. So a short below this, okay, my stop loss would be nearby. Would be the Kijun, right? Not even the swing high. So 350 would be my stop loss. my entry would be at 295 and my target would be at 220. So from 295, yeah, from 290 to 220, that's 70 points, and my stop loss would be just 50 points. So I'm thinking, like, so this I'm not going to actually trade. I'm just going to monitor like what would have happened if I shorted here, because 2 minutes, what happens on Bank Nifty especially is, you can see price pulls back and is very volatile. So the likelihood of getting stopped out of a trade, see here for example, is very high even if the trend is continuing downwards. So I'll need to, like, think. So this was my entry. My stop loss should have been the kitchen over here. It did get triggered. So 2 minutes is little difficult, but it's a Nifty on 2 minutes for that matter. Yeah, so Nifty on 2 minutes is in the cloud, so it's going to be choppy, and it's very well above its VWAP. So I don't know. I'm not comfortable trading Bank Nifty on 2 minutes. I'm not comfortable trading Bank Nifty on 5 minutes as well. Like, it's really a very difficult time frame to, a very difficult instrument to trade, and the time frame itself is difficult. So let's not experiment. Stick to what you know. Let's, like, just monitor Nifty itself for a potential crossover, and then maybe I can consider going long again, over here somewhere. So let's see. This needs to come in some open space, so I'm going to monitor this. I'm not putting my trade. I'm going to set an alert at 825 level. So once it breaks 825, I'll just see if there's a crossover and it turns bullish again. So you can see the moving average is turning downwards. VWAP has been sort of rising, but now it's like losing its steam. I'll have to monitor this trade. So I just went long on Nifty. So this is the 5-minute time chart. Nifty pulled back, touched the low of the cloud, so it closed below the VWAP also. So I was thinking that Nifty is reversing, but it pulled back from here and it went really strong with a lot of strength upward. So this was a very strong move. It still hasn't broken this high, okay, which is 330.8, and this high is 330. So it hasn't broken this high, but it's okay. I mean, the move itself is quite convincing. On the other hand, Bank Nifty, I made a loss. Just a sec. So I took a short on Bank Nifty, which didn't play out well. So I set a trigger for a sell at 38,300 on the 5-minute time frame. So yeah, this is the 5-minute time frame. I shorted here below this candle. So this was when Nifty also started falling. So on this candle, I took a short trade, but it immediately reversed and I got stopped out at 38,360. So I made 60 points loss here. So that's 30 points in Nifty terms. I mean, so this trade got stopped out. So net for the day, I'm like long Nifty, short Bank Nifty, and net I'm just like nowhere really. I'm at break even, but this Nifty trade seems to be doing well. So I'm long Nifty at the moment. If you look at positions, yeah, so I'm down 387. So I lost 1,000 on this. I've made 660 on this. So overall, not a very bad position to be in, but it could move higher. So not a very bad position. So my stop loss is going to be right now is going to be 18,310. So if I lose from here, it's another 17 points hit. That's fine. I mean, I started the day with 17 points gain. Now I'm going to be losing if that happens. But again, the move is very convincing. So just that I was expecting the high to be broken immediately, which hasn't happened. Let's see. Holding on.